Hi, and welcome to WakeTV. I'm your host, Patrick McCauley. Autumn is upon us, and there's a lot going on in Wake County, so stay tuned. We're here with Emerson Barker, Assistant Director of the Wake County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Division, to learn a little bit more about Sandy Pines Nature Preserve. Hey Emerson, how's it going?
Going great, good to see you.
Nice to see you too. So tell me a little bit about Sandy Pines.
Sure, so Sandy Pines is the newest nature preserve joining Wake County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space. It's located in the eastern part of Wake County in Wendell, North Carolina, and it is our largest property with over 563 acres of fields, farmlands, and meadows for the public to enjoy.
With a tract this large, I'm sure there's a lot of history behind this land. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened here in yesteryear?
Of course, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of history to this property that we're fortunate to have. Prior to the Civil War, a lot of the labor on this property was provided by enslaved persons, and tenant and sharecroppers were an important part of the labor that was provided for the farm even after the Civil War. The Marriott Proctor family kept this preserved all together as a family farm throughout the centuries until in the early 2000s, it was the largest undeveloped family farm in Wake County.
Wow.
In 2008, the county acquired the property both for its wonderful open space value and so that we could open this property and share it with the public.
So what kind of activities will our residents be able to pursue here?
So since we have such a large acreage of land here assembled, there's about 5 to 10 miles of trails that are available to the public. One of the special focuses of this property is, of course, its equestrian access. So horse riders of all kinds are welcome to come out and enjoy the property, but the trails are also open to anyone who wants to walk or to hike or take advantage of that. There's a fishing pond on the property, so fishermen and women are welcome to come out and enjoy. And there is also a picnic area for folks to enjoy near the parking area that's very accessible to folks.
Is this the first nature preserve that has equestrian trails for the Wake County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space System?
This is the first nature preserve in the county that has an equestrian focus, and we've tried with each of our preserves to have a specific user group in mind, but then make it broadly accessible. So Robertson Mill Pond is about kayaking, Turnip Seed is more for hiking and walking, and Sandy Pines really has an equestrian focus as part of it. We do have another equestrian facility in the American Tobacco Trail in the western part of the county, but this is the only equestrian facility we have in the eastern part of the county.
So along those same lines, what are the unique elements to this property among those in the Wake County Parks, Recreation, and Open Space System?
I think the size of this property makes it very unique and that there's a little bit of something for everyone here. I've enjoyed walking the property, and because it's so large, there's forests, there's meadows, there's farmlands, and so each different area as you walk through the forest and the fields are a little bit different and it's unique to explore. The equestrian access is definitely something that is unique. It's our only equestrian facility in the eastern part of the county, and so I think that will be an exciting opportunity for groups as well.
So when will Sandy Pines Nature Preserve open to the public?
We're excited to announce that our grand opening for the preserve will be October 23rd, Saturday, October 23rd. The nature preserve, when it's open, is open from 8 a.m. until sunset, so it varies with when the daylight hours are. During our peak season, from April 1st to August 31st, we're open 7 days a week. And during the off-season, September 1st through the end of March, it's open on weekends.
Wow, that's great news. I can't wait to come out here and explore this place with my family. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, Emerson.
Well, thank you so much. We're glad that you and everybody will be able to come and enjoy the preserve.
Get the timely and accurate information you need to stay safe if there's an emergency in your area. Sign up for Ready Wake alerts, and Wake County will send you important notifications by text, phone, or email, whichever way you choose. Whether it's severe weather, a missing person report, or a neighborhood evacuation, stay in the know with Ready Wake alerts. Learn more and sign up at readywake.com.
It's really common for parents to be less concerned about their children getting the COVID virus because children, compared to adults, actually do considerably better. But it is not a benign virus. We don't yet know the long-term side effects of getting COVID in the wild. And children are huge vectors for spreading illness as they get back into school, which we're all hoping for. It is an opportunity for the virus to start to spread, and we want to get as many children vaccinated as possible.
Each year between October and March, the Warmth for Wake program brings volunteers together who chop up firewood and deliver it to those who need it most all over the county. Weather permitting, volunteers meet every other Saturday throughout the winter to chop and deliver firewood. In addition to firewood delivery, Warmth for Wake also distributes new and gently used space heaters to residents in need. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help, please visit the website on your screen.
I understand the concerns and the issues around getting the vaccine, but what I can say is there's been a lot of effort and there's been a lot of work to ensure the safety of the vaccine. And there also are people out there to answer your questions. So if you have questions, reach out and ask those questions. Don't just be scared, but don't be afraid to ask.
Next, for this episode's long-form interview, Stacy Beard sat down with Tammy Brunner, the Wake County Register of Deeds, to learn about an exciting new partnership between the Wake County Register of Deeds and Shaw University.
Welcome to WakeTV. I'm Stacy Beard with Wake County Communications, and in this edition, we're going to take you back in history. We're going to take you back more than 150 years in Wake County to a time of slavery, a time when those who were enslaved were not able to get birth certificates. They weren't given marriage certificates. Their lives instead were cataloged in property deeds and bills of sale. And now there is a project underway in Wake County to reveal those documents and the stories of the men, women, and children who are in them. And joining us now to talk about that is Tammy Brunner. You are the Wake County Register of Deeds. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for this project. We're both so excited about this project, so that's going to come through in this interview. But I think first for folks, you know, there's many departments in Wake County. Parks are easy, libraries are easy, everybody knows what they do. Can you tell people about what the Register of Deeds does? What do you guys do?
The Register of Deeds handles all property and land records. So that's where the deeds comes into the term. This is literally written into the North Carolina Constitution. All 100 counties have a Register of Deeds. That's an elected position. We handle all of your assumed business names, your birth, your death, your marriage. Every important thing that happens in your life runs through the Register of Deeds office.
Right. So really important documents, but you became aware of some that reveal more than we would think they would. Hidden stories. Can you tell me about how you found out about these books or deeds and how we were turning this into a project?
Sure. I met early on with the Register of Deeds in Buncombe County, and he talked to me about this project out of the University of Greensboro called the People Not Property Project, which he sits on the board of. And what they were doing was going into these indexes and these books that we have where I can look up Stacy Beard and find out what property you've bought and sold. But people that were bought and sold, their names are not indexed anywhere. And so I learned that Wake County wasn't fully participating in this project, and it became extremely important to me that we give these people a history and that we make sure that other family members are able to look up their genealogy. And it also just is astounding that this hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
So while I'm very excited and just blessed over the top to be a part of this project, it kind of angers me a little bit too,
Yep.
that we are in 2021 and we are just going back to these books and pulling out these people, not property.
Yes. You're right. We're both excited about this project, but in reality, you know, it is very sad that someone who wants to look up their history would hit this brick wall, you know, tracing their grandparents back and not find any records of their ancestors
Right.
who lived here in Wake County too and worked in Wake County and earned the right to be, you know, part of history.
Right.
So it's incredible that it has taken that long, but it is wonderful that it is now happening. So tell us a little bit about how many books do you have and how long would it take for us? What's involved in getting all that out?
It's a hard question to answer about how long. There are about 30 books that have, in each book, there are probably about 400 pages in each book. And, you know, 150 years ago, there could be multiple entries on a page. So there could be anywhere from 800 to 1200 to 400
Right.
deeds in a book, and they could all be slave deeds.
Yeah.
Or there could be none in there. We're looking at the books that cover the period of slavery in the United States. So we have some where we have been able to locate where there are deeds now, and those now need to be transcribed. Who were the people? Tell me about the people. Who owned them? All of that information that we can get, we can start creating people's genealogy, but we can also start telling a story about these enslaved people. Because if they are bought and sold here and then sold to someone in Chatham County, we can trace their steps all the way out west, all the way throughout the country. So that's the goal, is to do this across the country, but right now we're focused on North Carolina.
Sure. And when you say transcribe, I think everybody in this digital age thinks, oh, they're just typed documents and that will be easy. But these are handwritten in
cursive.
In a cursive that doesn't look like the cursive that they teach in school today.
Right, yes. It's that's part of the training that volunteers have to receive, is how to literally read cursive, Old English. Like an example in the workbook that you would get probably 10 different ways an F was written. So that you can try to find those F's or whatever it is that you're looking for in these deeds. The other part about this is, so this is hard.
Yes.
It's not only hard because it's hard to read, it's hard because of the trauma that is within those pages. And we try to teach our volunteers to reach out for help.
Wow.
Take a break. It's a terrible part of our history.
Yes.
But it's important that the history is told.
Yeah. You mentioned that your volunteers, that people can get involved in this project. How are they doing that? And you mentioned some training. They can be somebody that doesn't have any training.
Absolutely. We will do all of the training for you. It's 100% virtual. You never have to come into our office. When you sign up, if you go to the Wake County Register of Deeds website or the Wake County website, you will see a link that will take you to the Enslaved Persons Project. You sign up. We will send you a welcome email that contains a training video that explains what it is the project is, what it is that we're asking you to do, and a little bit of training about how to read these documents and how to put it in the spreadsheet that we give you. We have 280 people that have signed up to do this project.
Really? Already?
280. I have worked in a lot of jobs where I needed volunteers, and I've never had this amount of people.
Amazing. Well, and you and I had those coming in before we even really started to tell people about it. So clearly there's an interest. There's an interest in probably some genealogy folks. There's a personal interest, but I think there's probably an interest in people wanting to right a wrong,
Yes,
right?
I agree.
So a lot of driven people who want to be part of of telling that part of history. You're not doing this alone. You have lots of partners. Can we talk about who they are and who you've brought on board to help with this?
It was important when we, as an office, decided to do this project to work with a college, and it was important to me that it was an HBCU.
Yes.
And why not go to the oldest HBCU in Wake County? It needed to be Wake County. We wanted very much for this to be Wake County centric. And so I was given the contact information for Dean Valerie Johnson, and I reached out to her. We had a Zoom, and she was on board in minutes.
Yeah.
Built a committee. They've hired a project manager. So the goal with Shaw University is for them to eventually build a class around this project, and we'll do all of the deeds until they create that class, which would probably start in the winter semester, and they will then take it over, where students can then see history, literally history, in their hands and interpret these documents. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do with them. Are we going to house them at Shaw? Are we going to house them at the Register of Deeds? Are we going to house them at a library? We don't know. But having Shaw agree to work with us on this project validated the project. And while we have 280 people, I can't imagine what's going to happen when Shaw does their push and the amount of people that they will then bring on, because it will be nationwide at that point, because I feel like alumni of Shaw, all of them will buy into this. We could be done with this project in 6 months.
Right.
But we could also not.
Right.
So it's just totally up in the air, but this is just the start. We talk about, when I first started, I thought this was the most amazing thing ever, and we're gonna do this, and this is great. What I've realized is it's great, don't get me wrong, 100% great. This is the floor of what we're building. We're building history for people that have just been forgotten.
Yeah.
So there are tons of people in Wake County that come to us constantly and want to work on the next part. Can we do wills? Because people were willed, slaves were willed to family members.
Oh, yeah.
There's weird things back then where women didn't own property. So, not weird, that's just the way it was.
Right.
So these slaves that were owned by the women when they got married had to be given to brothers so that the brothers could protect her property. So it's just so incredibly convoluted and awful.
Yes.
But it's just, it's like this huge puzzle putting it all together.
And I guess part of the goal is that, so, you know, someone could go online, there would be this database where people could do the genealogy, but it does sound like you are thinking about even school kids coming to the Register of Deeds and having this story kind of brought to life.
Yes.
And opening their eyes to this as well.
Right. We have said that for a while too, having the Register of Deeds a school trip destination, a field trip destination, where they come in and see local government at work.
Yep.
We're in the building that houses so much of what runs this county. So bringing fifth graders in to touch history and then giving them a tour of this building. Yeah, amazing what just this one thing can build on, not just with these deeds, but education as well.
Absolutely. So you're talking to the library, county libraries. They seem very excited about this, and they're thinking of crazy ideas too that could come and build from this. But the launch of this, when we first sort of announced this and invited some of those partners, we did it at historic Oakview Park. And that's where, for me, it really came to life that this stuff in this book that, you know, we haven't really can be told as a story, because they have used your records before to do just that there, right? It's a plantation. There were slaves there, but they don't know who they are and they didn't know their stories.
It's amazing how organic this entire program has been. So many people are so interested So many people think that we're doing this great work where really it has literally been the easiest work because so many people are interested in helping and want to give their support. And we connected with Oakview because we saw something on their Twitter page. And their Twitter page talked about their Enslaved Persons Project. And so I just reached out to them, and they told me how they use our books. So they know the plantation owner. So they can put his name into our database that is online, and everything that he's ever done comes up.
Right.
So they can go into the book and see that John Smith on this date sold these people. So they know that these people lived at Oakview, and they are able to then go to census records, and they are able to build stories. And it's amazing because they literally have the tenant house where they have the stories of the people that lived there.
Yeah, and that was amazing to see. And I don't know why I never thought about, well, how did they know this and where did they get that information?
Right.
And it was digging.
It was digging and really smart.
Yes.
That they just thought we can do this in a reverse way.
Yeah.
Where I was coming at it and from the other side, and then we just all came together.
Well,
and Dix Park is very interested because Dix Park is a former plantation as well. So that entire board wants to participate, and lots of them have also signed up. We're working with Ernest Dollar from the Pope House.
Yes.
Where he has not just deeds, but also census records and all kinds of, he's that nerd, and he'll say that himself.
Yes, he does.
Where he dives all into all of the records, and he has literally built an entire family tree of the Hunter family that started here in Raleigh and have all left. And he brought them all back here, people that have never met before, because of his research through all of these records.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And I hope people will go online, and because he spoke, and so did someone from Shaw, and so did the staff of the historic Oakview Park at the event where we kicked this project off, and that's available online at our Wake County YouTube page and website, because I just thought everybody just had so much. You talk about it organically coming together. It just fits so well, and there's just a part for everyone, and that's how you know it's a great project. Right. You know, the fact that you didn't even have to advertise it, already people wanted to help, and that all these partners have come together. It's hard work, and it's I know that you and Roxanne in your office have done a lot to manage this project, to make it happen, to make those connections, to bring all the people in that will probably get it done at rapid speed, but then there's still so much more work to be done.
And then, I mean, I said it was easy. It's easy to get people involved, but it is not easy to keep track of all of the volunteers that are in a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll have to do this 3 times. We didn't talk about that. We'll have all of this done, you know, so we will locate them, we will transcribe them, but then we have to do it a second time to check that work. And then if there are 2 people that disagree, we got to do it a 3rd time to really clarify what exactly these books are saying. Because if it's not done right, then it's, I hate to sound like my mother, but if it's not done right, it's not worth doing, right? But then we have to go back in and grab all of those images so that we can create books that these students, this field trip destination where they can actually come in and feel these books, where it is all of the slave deeds.
Yeah. Well, this is an amazing project, as we've said over and over again. But for those who do want to get involved, tell us again what they can do and how they can be involved.
So the easiest thing to do is just go to our website, Wake County Register of Deeds. It's that simple. And there will be a blue bar that says Enslaved Persons Project. Click on that, and it will take you to a form to complete. It will ask you a few questions, and as soon as you complete that, you will receive an email with additional information, and we will get you going as soon as possible.
And you do. You're responding to these folks right away, and I know you're getting the trainings underway, and we're doing this.
Yep, we're doing it. We're doing it. And we have someone from Davidson County, the Register of Deeds from Davidson County is coming at the end of October to see what we're doing and how we're doing it so that they can do it.
To get more counties on board, so we will have the full record.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Tammy, for your help and for this project and for all the volunteers and staff that you have working on it and the partners that you've brought together. It really is a great project, and I know we're going to have you back on here to talk more about it because there's more to come.
There is.
Well, thank you again, and thank everybody for joining us here on Wake TV. Again, go to the website to find out more about the Wake County Enslaved Persons Project.
You know, over the past year, we have been challenged with this pandemic. This pandemic does not discriminate. It is important for us to get back to some normalcy. It is important for us to get back to shaking each other's hands, hugging one another, embracing one another. It's the responsible thing to do as neighbors, as family members, as colleagues. It is important that we all get vaccinated successfully.
The Wake County WIC program is excited to announce a major new development for the distribution of WIC benefits. eWIC offers a simple, safe, and convenient way for WIC clients to use their food benefits. The brand new eWIC cards replace paper food vouchers and work just like debit cards at the checkout. When you get to the register, swipe your eWIC card first to pay for WIC-allowed foods. For the first time, eWIC allows clients to buy as little or as much food as they need during each shopping trip. You can even check your benefit balance and identify WIC-approved products on your smartphone while you shop. To learn more about eWIC, please call 919-250-4720 or visit wakegov.com/WIC.
Hi. My name is Pastor Leo Guerrero. I'm from Fuquay-Varina. I would like to tell you that I took my vaccine because the Bible says that a prudent man escape from the danger, but the stubborn one pay the consequences.
The Wake County Public Library system has gone late fee free. No more late fees will be charged on overdue items. Existing late fees have been cleared from all accounts, giving everyone a fresh start. Just remember 3210, 3-week checkout period, 2 courtesy renewals, 1 happy customer, and 0 late fees. Learn more at wakegov.com/late-fee-free.
Hi, my name is Dr. Hope Seidel. I'm a pediatrician in Cary, and I got my vaccine to protect my patients and their families, to protect my family, and to protect myself.
That's all for this episode of Wake TV. Keep up with the latest Wake County news by visiting us online at wakegov.com/news. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube so you can always stay in the loop. We'll see you next time.